Good morning, everyone. Well, yesterday was a little uneventful for that new all-time high. Things kind of went nowhere. And I think it's time that these transports in the Dow stocks, not the stocks we'd have to look at individually, but the indices play some catch up. And this market has been, we remember like last week, one of the themes was it takes a step forward, two steps back, and just keeps marching forward, and all this sideways action. So it appears, right, we still got 2 days to go till the end of the day tomorrow for this weekly bar to uh, complete itself. But look, we had a wider bar here. That one made sense that it rested, coming off of the low. Then there's a red bar ignored. Then a bottoming tail bar. And the move up gets rejected. Then another little go nowhere week consolidation. And this week, right, we all know, boom, it goes up, oil comes down, inflation is not a concern anymore. And well, after the GDP number today, I guess they'll start worrying about the economy and the slowdown and whatever numbers coming out to push the Fed chair to lower interest rates, which the markets are already doing. So if this market is going to continue to hold up, this needs to, I think, close relatively close to where it is or higher. There's some unfilled gaps like this from the other day in other markets. And we have, if it can clear this high, got a nice amount of room to go higher. So look, if things are going to go up, this is where I see the money rotating into, and this being a catch-up trade. And so while things like semiconductors and techs have been doing well, I think that because this is how it typically goes historically over the decades I've been doing this, that the money will rotate into laggards and these will move up, similar to the Russell, which was very, kind of weird yesterday. I mean, the way it was being bought over here on this day was that, they couldn't get enough of it. And then yesterday was like, okay, I didn't like that. And it came down. So that got sold aggressively first thing in the morning. So now it's gapping up a little bit. And does it hold here? And so look, as we look at what's happening in the markets, and it creates patterns, and of course that creates what we think is going to happen. So things are generally strong, right, which we see. Can this get turned around? Because if we can get a green day today or something that closes deep into that red bar, then it's going to lead me to think that the transports, what I said, I don't need to repeat, they start going higher. The Russell starts going higher. And then the industrials, right, which have participated a bit, they're at that pivot high, but a weekly chart that closes well, they go higher. And we've got all these underperformers starting to outperform, and that's where the big money can be made, I think, if this all plays out. So we'll see. Right, so we're in a wait and see mode. See where things are at here. They're up a little bit. They've come off their highs a little bit. I'm just looking at another chart. Not a big deal. So we'll see where things are gapping, but there's lots of unfilled gaps down below. Not, whatever. Here, look at other markets, which we'll get to. And my comment was on this day, they shouldn't get filled. If the demand is so strong as it appears to be, those gaps shouldn't get filled. So far, they have not. Right now, I sent out a video last night to say, now we're always looking for, are there any warning signs? And and so this could change, but you can see as the move started here, look how strong the advancers minus decliners closed. And over here, as it continued, And over here, right on this gap up, it was strong. And so you want to see the minimum above 1500. And if it's, over here where it's coming off of the low where it was, up to 2000, that's confirmation. And you can also see how this has been deteriorating. And this is kind of not so unusual because this was going nowhere, right? So something's underperforming. So what we need to see now, if this is going higher, this will perk up. Right? That sentiment that'll perk up into those bands. But with this gap up and move down, this not all-time highs yet, but the Q's all-time highs, right? Doesn't tag 1500. So maybe it'll do that today. So that's one of the things that we want to see for additional confirmation. Our other internals just neutral here. So, breadth is around 0. So a market at new all-time highs and breadth at 0. That's not good, but it also could mean huge opportunity. And of course, okay, where? Dow, transports, Russell 2000. And if this thought plays out, this will move up toward an extreme. Sentiment will move up toward extremes. And then we'll get the next risk off. Right now, things are neutral, uptrend. Right? So just looking at the Dow, uptrend. Most other things on the daily time frame are in uptrends, going sideways. Right? Just like the other weeks that they closed well, the assumption was they'll go higher. They didn't. So again, we're back to assuming they're going to go higher. We need some confirmation. We need to see money rotate into some of these laggards as mentioned. Right. So let's check the gaps. That gap up, unfilled gap, little gap up went nowhere yesterday and today. You see where the cursor is. Just barely taking out yesterday's high. So yesterday was a consolidation day. 65-minute uptrend, daily uptrend, weekly sideways trend. It's at resistance. They could be a down day. I mean, it's starting strong, but maybe it's just going to consolidate this little gain that's occurred. Wait for tomorrow's PCE data and up and away or not. We'll see. Right? But so far, things are holding up well. Right? And IWM. We looked at that reversal day. Right? This is pulled back. Let's see if it can get turned around and it work its way back up toward yesterday's high. So that's one of the things to be looking for today is the Russell. If the Russell breaks down under here, right? That's one concern. It just means for whatever reason, the small caps are not participating and yet, but that's what you want to see in a market that looks like it's going to continue higher. That I use the term firing on all cylinders. So we're watching for that. Transports we looked at. Take a quick peek at the futures, not telling us much of anything other than consolidation and the YM here that could again break out, big opportunity. Treasuries are down. They're not doing much. They've just been doing what they've been doing. I'll look at them, Alex, of course. So, grinding higher. Grinding higher. Same wide bar there. And Russell here, consolidating. One red bar doesn't change anything other than it's one day. For whatever reason, yesterday was a bearish day and it came after a bullish 2 days. So we'll look at it as a consolidation day until we see something of greater significance. Well, we could look at the bonds. We could look at the yields, right, which are breaking below. They actually broke below this support the other day, and they look like they're headed lower. So this is the bond market saying to the Fed chair, hey, do what Trump's saying. Right? We want that interest rate cut. So interest rates are coming down. The market is saying we need some stimulus here. Give us our next crack injection of liquidity and cut those rates. Now, this is moving down. The 5-year is moving lower. And I showed you the 13-week, having moved down. And we looked at that on a line chart, that moving down and stabilizing. And you can see here's the 30-year. You remember a month ago? I mean, this is how much this is a news-driven market. A month ago, it was like, oh my, interest rates, 30-year interest rates above 5%. And it just moves down. It comes down to support. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. And this isn't breaking. Is it breaking? No, that's the dot right there. That isn't breaking lower yet. So that would be the next one to see if it follows through to the downside. Now, gold isn't moving, but I think, okay, thank you for that. Um, Gold should find some buyers here. Say, well, where are they? Certainly not stepping up here, but it's been stabilizing, for a day or so. And the reason I say that is it's down near this pivot low, and it's come down several days. So we'll see if this can make a turnaround here or not. Um, the dollar has been collapsing, so I can look at the treasuries, but the dollar has been falling, right? And all the other currencies going up. And so that makes US products for American companies to sell overseas more attractive. Now, if you're thinking to go on vacation this summer overseas, get ready for a little bit of a shock. Your dollar isn't going to buy what it did a couple of years ago. So maybe you just want to stay home, but maybe, people that come from Europe come over here and say, you know what, my euro, my whatever Canadian dollar is worth more, whatever, let's go to America and spend some money. Yeah, right. So, looking at, the euro and other currencies, where is that? You can see, the euro's been in a strong uptrend, and now it's starting to get a little extended, right? From where it started to move down there in March, getting a bit extended. Just looking to the left there, nothing of great significance. So looks like it go higher, uptrend, uptrend, uptrend. As I said, a little extended there. Uh, and here's the pound, strong. Getting a little extended. Wide range bar on the weekly time frame, but breaking out. So okay, we looked at gold. Quick look at silver. Right, messy, not doing much. Oil collapsed. Whatever. It's down a whole bunch. Maybe it bounces a little bit here on a short-term basis. That's just a tremendous, nasty up and down. Well, that's news, right? Craziness. Anyways, all right. SPX. Holding on here, just slightly above the high. And yesterday I said was too close. Yesterday was too close. And but it should not go down there, and it didn't. And so let's see where things are at. Uh, Coming up a titch, not much. Makes sense. Nothing unusual. Look how tight how tight. Came up a bit more, so as it should, being uptrend, more bullish. So can it get up there? Well, I suppose the answer is yes. As always, we look at volume. What's the high volume strike, which it typically gets to. If prices move up, we always want to get on the other side of a half number or a whole number. So if things move up, we look for premium above 50, 51, 61.50. And by no means should it go below that day's low. Something would definitely be wrong. But we'll see where it ends. I think today could be another consolidation day, considering the inflation news tomorrow. All yours, Dan.
Morning. We're fully long in our stock and option trade. We have more ideas. It was breakout field day last 2 days. I guess saw this thing going by the ticker. This was a solar stock. It looked like it might have been going to zero. And then look at the gap up today. Wow. So, I didn't check the news, but what this chart tells me with a fairly big degree of certainty because of history is that they got some type of bailout by a hedge fund or got a loan renewed or something that's given them some new life, but no pattern. Alarms here, like always. First, the reason I do alarms first is common sense. It's an alarm either on an open position or one that I'm wanting to get into. So that trumps, looking at earnings trades or other watch list items. Why am I being alerted to something? Well, LEU, we shorted, and we talked about the crazy premium on this circle. We've been selling way out of the money calls. I did the 430s yesterday. Trading higher after. Oh, okay, so I was wrong. So it was not a bailout situation, but regardless, it had to be good news by definition. All right, so my point here is comparing it to Circle, the volatility increases both on the upside and the downside. But look at this thing rallied from $60 to 205 for whatever reason. I have no friggin' idea. Cetrus. I have no idea what they did. My guess is it might be one of these nuclear things because that whole sector's been on fire. So we sold the 260 260 calls yesterday. And so now my low alarm went off. We sold them for $1.10. I'm just gonna bid 40 cents. It's a little bit arbitrary, and then I'll update it after that. Raul asking about WEX. Yeah, it's a bottoming pattern. I mean, personally, because of this prior rejection here, I would like a little bit more activity, but a definite good spread idea. Bottoming pattern. There's some bios are doing well. Well, I'm not going to go scan bios, but I'll look at XBI. Yeah, making the turn here. You got Ryzen 2050 buy setup weekly. So yeah, when we get time, we can look at that later. Robert, it means hard to borrow. All right, back to alarms. 5 up alarms, just a vanilla, nothing fancy. Just a vanilla breakout and an uptrend. Coher, wide range closing breakout. I like that. That's slop, 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 slop. So you got to say, okay, when am I ready to pull the trigger? Now, closing breakout, it's decisive. Always a 1, 2, 3 is preferred. ENTG, and a little igniting bar. And today's Thursday. So on Tuesday, I said exactly this, or maybe I said it yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I said it's a nice breakout bar, bottoming pattern, but it's at resistance. And I said, I'm going to be watching it for a 1, 2, 3. And that's what we got. So I'm going to try to sell the $75 puts over yesterday's high. Our JP Morgan up alarm. I readjusted them. That's been banks have done really well. And this was, we did, when we find a sector we like, we then drill down and try to find the best ones. Now, there was a lot of them we liked, but yesterday the gap messed them up. But this one we've been in, and we're just in trail mode. That's fantastic. Those are all the alarms. Let's look at earnings now. MU, we know. I was contemplating doing a short condor on this. Not a condor, a short straddle. But I didn't do anything. But it would have worked very well. Last night it was gapping up like $8, which I would prefer. 30-minute low, sell a 1 D2E call spread. Jeffries. Now that was a bullish pattern. 5304. So now, Alex, that's a Bear Island reversal. But it's not a good one because it's on support. So nothing to do right now. SCS, bottoming pattern, 1120, gap breakout. You can watch it on a pullback. Milken, gap breakout, 1930. Gap's too big for me. I need a pullback. Bolton, 61. Gap's too big. Whiskey Sierra, 31. Gap's too big. I'm just going to delete that one because that one is nowhere near me being patient enough to wait for a pullback. This 7750. That's look at these overlapping bars. Trades like garbage, but it is a gap breakout. So on a pullback, I'm going to be watching a put spread. So then I don't care about the sloppy overlapping bars. If I can get some premium down here at 73, WBA opening flat, garbage, AYI. Don, remember what I did on this? I shorted the 240 puts into earnings yesterday. Let me AYI. I shorted the 240 puts for $1.10. 240. So now it's 22 days to expiration. So I'm just gonna put in a bid for a dime. Get done with it. I'm sure it's gonna be spreading into the open. Hive. I was trying to sell the 150 puts for a nickel, did not get filled. So that's all the earnings. Now let's just look at other interest list items. So this SMG, I think John in the room or Robert mentioned it. I like it as a pseudo 1, 2, 3. I like yesterday's correction bar as a void. I have an alarm at 6450. And look at this arrow pattern. They're somewhat similar to me. Well, I take that back. This is more of a breakout, but it's the same 2-bar arrangement of a pullback as a void. So that's on my list. Let me set. Let's set an alarm at 16:10. SMCI, we sold a put spread yesterday. I was hoping for 1, 2, 3 for a directional. TXG, Alex, as mentioned, got an igniting bar yesterday, target 200. Could be a 30-minute high day trade. Stop under 30-minute low. Thanks, Robert. Yeah, it was another good one. Yeah, Robert, the amount of education we give in those things, it's quite amazing. Yeah, Workday I have as a call spread watch. This was on your list, I know. As a void, put and bounce, relative weakness, closing breakdown. It's an end of day decline though, so I would prefer a little bounce. Why am I LEU alarm go on? Wow, I had an alarm at 165 on LEU. Wow, that thing's getting killed. I wonder what the news is. But do you all see how this was just a beautiful Climo daily weekly? Look at that Climo. That's a potent reversal. We use that word potent a lot. It just means big. It jumps out at you. It doesn't mean minor. There's the workday. Oh, that's workday. The synopsis. It's a long watch. I would love a put spread here. It's made multi-bar turn at the 2050. But it doesn't have good premium, unfortunately. YouTube saying, do you guys put weight on the Russell reconstitution at the end of the month? No. It's the short answer. No. I mean, we pay attention to rebalancing. Well, let me rephrase. We're chart readers. We're alert of rebalancing just for increased volatility. And we look at things that are being added and taken out just for a trade idea. So that's the complete answer. Cross, just slowly grinding, breakout walk. Satish, sell setup. I've got an alarm down there somewhere. And my cross alarm just went off. So, all right. So Greg, now I don't watch social media because I got to move the screen away from my platform. Wow, tick 1300. That's pretty good.
I'm thinking this gap's going to get filled. This one, not the one from 2 days ago. But we'll see. No
Alex,
sign of weakness yet.
Alex VTI up alarm. I got a put spread on myself. Wow, look at this LEU tanking. And I'm not filled yet. So that's telling me the stupid spreads. Or maybe the guy's not even open yet. They just like police, they go to the donut shop in the morning. So they don't open up for business. I'm on the bid, 4060. You know what? I'm gonna friggin' delete it because otherwise the bid is 0. All right, so the bid is still 40, which is telling me that maybe somebody took my trade idea and they're the ones bidding 40. Because it's really makes no sense for there to be a 40 bid there since the one lower is only a nickel. So I'm actually going to bid 20. I just get filled at 20. No, that was something else. That's another trade I did. I got filled on my AYI for a dime. All right, cool. So I'm out of that one dime. I am short SMH puts, cat up alarm, JP Morgan up alarm. So I think I'm gonna take my money on this. Well, I'll give it 5-minute low. I sold it for $1 and change, and now it's 28 cents. And I'm gonna kill it here. All right, I'm out of my SMH. Naked put. I'll look for a pullback. All right, cat up alarm. Let me reset it. CMG low alarm. So that means we're just stopping out at a profit. Wow, diamonds. I have diamonds stronger too.
Right
You
up
know.
against resistance. They're strong, but see what they do here. The Russell gapped up to the top of that base. It was forming intraday at the end of the day yesterday. So that suggests it's going to go higher.
All right, so somebody got out of that LEU at my 40. Why? Because the 40 disappeared, and I'm the one sitting on the bid at 20 cents now. So now I can record it closed at 40. I'm just trying to squeeze out more. And if I don't get filled, I'll go back and take the 40 to be done with it. JP Morgan, what a beautiful trade that is. It's almost easy. I love, we all love trades that are easy to manage. It's the ones that put hair on your back.
What?
Yeah, that give you the battle scars are the ones where you get your experience. Like a fighter pilot. Are you going to get more experience being in a dogfight, or just going out and cruising the ocean and coming back? Yeah, Euro looked good. Yep, that was on my list. Yep, came from Sal. All right, SMG, remember? You all talked about it yesterday. I like this one too. Target 200. CMP is out. Let me close you. That CMP had a nice run all the way up there. Look how it just hit its head on the 200. Workday. Yeah, I like that as a call spread, but too late now. Until maybe it's a 1, 2, 3. This thing has been a dog for decades, but it's on support on the weekly. Now this ENTG I mentioned. Let's try to sell this naked put. Circle long watch there. ENTG, I said the 75 puts for $1.20. Okay, I'm going to try to do the 72.50s for $1. I'll put orders out for both. Two orders out. All right, I got the LEU at 30 myself. So I beat the room by a dime. Disney. I don't know. It's at that prior high. It's at a big run. Yeah, circle day trade for sure. Day trade, sure. JP Morgan. Wow. Look at it accelerating. We better move stop days low now. 284.46. 84. Go through opens here also. Oh, my God, BT time. Yesterday's room, 369.41. Damn, you're Charlie Romeo. Look at the gap from that 15-minute chart. Looks great. That looks great. Missed up yesterday's low. That could be a day trade or swing. That's a beautiful 15 for a day trade. But your stop initially has to be under this closing support. Once it takes out a 30-minute high, then I think you can move it days low for day trade. And W we were talking about, long idea. Our crowd is fine. Let me set a new alarm. Q's. What's dragging the Q's down? Apple tank in here. All the other fangs are fine, but Q's are filling the gap. Semi's coming in. Bank's strong. XME strong and military strong. Nice. E fine. Slow and steady. Oh, I never reported the put spread because I don't think it got filled. And I asked in the video for anybody to email me. I don't know how many people watch those videos. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like better if it closed like this one tomorrow. Yeah, looks good. We keep in, we got break even stop. Cat eye adjusted, CME's been a laggard. Still, oh, that looks like short almost, or a call spread. Not like that at all. Oh, wrong stock, my bad. CME. Oh, that's neutral. It's neutral, it's better. The first one scared me. I was asking myself, where the hell you enter this pattern? It was horrible. And then I caught my typo. Hey, my buddy Juan is on a YouTube here. That's Juan. Greg, you can remember Juan. We did work together. Good to see you, buddy. He's asking about a lot. You know what? I saw this one pre-market. Juan, I totally saw it pre-market. And my only hesitancy was it's following a Climo and there was no support. Well, it bounced off minor support right there. So day trade, yeah. Yeah, I was talking about Oscar on these 2 days also. But yeah, 15-minute pullback. Like GE just met its first third target. Hey, Greg, funny quick story. So when Juan came to visit me in Fort Lauderdale one time, we went to the boat show because he's from Colombia and he looks like a rich, successful Colombian. And I told everybody I was his pilot and his captain. I mean, and we got invited to all these parties on yachts because I said he wanted to buy a yacht. We had a great time. All right, GE, so good. GE. Absolutely. Bill Knotts is my driver, and we snuck into parties in Laguna Beach, California, at the art museum. Yeah, we got all kinds of beautiful stories, don't we? Wait, but what do you mean once, Bill? Once you're my driver, you're always my driver. All right, once it's gonna build Papa Lima. Yeah, that one would have just been a day trade for me. I don't like being a Monday morning quarterback because I don't like this ugly red bar here. But you see this potent reversal here. Alex, what was the one we were watching a pullback like this and I posted it yesterday and then deleted it? This is what I was looking for a pullback after this igniting gap at the 20. What was that symbol yesterday? That's what this pattern reminds me of. But yeah, nice weekly on that too. Perfect pullback on the weekly bar. Does anyone want to know? It was 4 letters yesterday. I could go into Telegram, but I'm not going to because I deleted it already. But wanted to see if it made a turn. Charlie Romeo. That's City. Yeah, say hey, Citigroup was on our watch list also for a bank, remember? So that's there you go, John. Thanks. That's exactly correct. Now see how this one could not make the turn? Like that one Juan mentioned? Y'all see the difference? This is exactly, and that's why I canceled it yesterday, but this is what you're looking for. Your potent turn, and they come in different flavors. Alex says, hey, Alex, your TXG, 30-minute high. 30-minute high, I like for a day trade. Got 8 minutes to go. Buy the high, stop the low, day trade. Actually, I had an alarm out. I put an alarm, an order pre-market to sell $10 puts. I did not get to. No order still out there. ENTG, my 2 orders are still out there. And nice out my LEU. Look at that. We got out within $1 below. Nice. Call alarm went off. I forgot to look at earlier today. Oh, nice. Look at multiple time frame alignment, you all. Look at that monthly chart on Paul. So we're in this in the ETF trader, and we're also short the 91 puts. I said bid a dime, so that should be filled. Well, it's 15. No. Oh, so we can do 20 now. Well, leave it. That's good. Yeah, I've been Juan is mentioning this recent IPO. Yeah, we've been watching this every friggin' day. I'm 5 for 5, Juan, on shorting out of the money, make calls on it, but as Alex pointed out this morning, now it's a buy setup, and it was a nice day trade long. So I'll be watching it. I would never swing a pattern like this. It's up too much, but day trade, sure. I'll be watching it for it to bounce and stumble. Here's another one I've been watching, CRWV, recent IPO, been on fire. Hey, we got and I mentioned yesterday was a call spread. I got to put this back on my list. I mentioned it yesterday when my alarm went off. I even gave it to you, Greg. You didn't say anything. As a call spread daily, weekly. That should be anything 180 or higher for next week. It's massive. You could get $1 for the 197.50s for $1 plus. And it's harder to get a spread on. But I think that's topping. Look at this month, look at the weekly. It's another climb of just like this LEU. See the similarity? Yeah, it has to get above yesterday's high. I'll go ahead and set them. I think I did already. Oh, Netflix is moving here. Shoot, get a call spread. I think I got an alarm at 10:40. Like a wild. My up alarm went off. 0, 5. Okay, 5 triggered. Which one? All right, you would have had to buy the open on that. 29. Oh, now the IWM and IWM deeper tracing. All right, that's a 180 breakout failure on the 15. And otherwise, that was a bullish inverse head and shoulder pattern right there. So would have been an adequate long this morning, but you better have managed it tight. No, that's Coher we mentioned. Coher hit out, Sam. That's yours. I didn't hear you talk about it. 86.23. So all three of our new trade ideas triggered. Wow, John, that doesn't matter to us. That's a powerful move. Yeah, diamonds get a 5-minute bust, and it could be the home run entry. Bullish weekly. Took out yesterday's high. 15-minute chart is questionable just because came in hard, but 5-minute could be the home run entry. Spider's new high. So I like it. I like it. For me, I'm gonna just give it a little bit more time. But I like it. TXG, I'm gonna put an alarm 1187. And doing well. Or long stock and short put 1310 put spread. Sense. Yeah, I read in the paper about, yeah, the horrible sales that was reported yesterday. EXG 30-minute high. EXG day trade. I like it. Stop low. I'm buying it. ENTG ripping, nice entry on our naked puts. What'd you say? Airbnb. Yeah, but I don't like those as much because the red bar is like far away. So you're